creating a 2,500 crore rupees business in 14 years is no mean job. Started in 2010 with logistics business, then he ventured into real estate. Last year, the group achieved a business of rupees 2,500 crores, which was a year-on-year 40% growth, which is by no means a small job. We are talking about Bhumika Group and the man behind the group, Mr. Uddhav Poddar.
Thank you, Balaji, for having me on your podcast.
Welcome, Uddhav. You tell me, you had a good business, a running business of logistics, which was doing well. What made you venture into real estate, which especially in North India is not considered to be a very respectable job, respectable business?
You said it, you hit the nail on the head actually. That is the reason why we entered this space. So we had a piece of land in Udaipur. As any landowner, our initial thought was to monetize the land. And we started looking for partners to partner with who could develop this land with us and monetize it, help us monetize it. When I met, I don't want to take any names, but when I met 15, 20 top developers of North India, I realized very few were worth partnering with. And I saw the opportunity. And that's I felt that forget this piece of land, this opportunity to dive into this business is great. Because then when I studied the business, I realized all across the world, in any top city, you will find at least 20, 25 good quality developers which have a strong brand name. Unfortunately, in entire North India, you cannot name 25. So that's a very big opportunity which we saw, and that's why we dived into it.
And after you did that decision, now when you look back, do you see it was a good decision, wise decision?
Yeah. I mean, I think we are in 3 businesses, and I actually do this exercise with myself every year. Every year I ask myself, if I wasn't in this business, would I enter it again today? And for all 3 businesses that I'm in, I find the answer is yes as of now. We are in good businesses as of now. Yeah.
And 5 years down the line, how would you like to be seen yourself within the real estate industry?
We want to be a strong player. We in NCR market doing all asset classes, whether it's retail, residential, office spaces, maybe even doing logistics, real estate here. And of course, we have made a specialty in shopping malls. We would also be known as a good shopping mall developer, and probably start building malls across the country.
So, you have any vision for a shopping mall category, for the retail category? What is that? How would you make yourself different from the many others who are present today?
Palaji, you know very well, there are at least 100 malls in India, but very few are actually running properly. Our first development, which was a mall in Udaipur, has got 12 national awards as India's best upcoming mall or India's best mall. 2 days back, we got an award for Rajasthan's best mall. So we have worked very hard to get the product mix right. Retail is not a business which is like a normal real estate. It's not build, sell and exit. It is a business like hospitality or running an industry. You have to be involved in doing events, attracting footfalls, and maintaining the asset really well. So and understanding what is the requirement of that market, getting the right tenant for it, making that tenant work. We are actually retailers in a retail development business. If the retailer makes money, we make money. So we have to make sure that he makes money. That's our job. So that's the difference, and that's our mindset in that business.
And there are certain factors which you keep in mind to achieve this thing, that there is increased footfall.
We do a lot of detailed working actually, which you will be amused to know that as a developer we are doing things like that. We even monitor what is the stock levels of each retailer. What sizes are working, which sizes he has in his shop, which in the other parallel mall, what is working, what is not working. In our mall, suppose there are 3 brands of the same category, how much are they doing per month, comparing them, and seeing why one didn't work, sharing the data with them, making sure that they can catch up. We do all that working in the mall, so that because for them, they probably have 200, 300, 400 stores across India. It could be a slip that one store is not doing well, it doesn't matter, or they don't realize it. But for us, we monitor all of those 100 stores on a daily basis. I get at a personal level the daily sales numbers of each store every day. So we are very hands-on the retail business.
Uddhav, when you entered NCR, why did you choose Faridabad and Mathura Road? There is Gurgaon, there is Noida, there is Delhi. Why Faridabad?
I think Faridabad unfortunately till now has been an ignored city, which has got a lot of potential. It's a very old city with a lot of wealth. And all the big developers have focused on Noida and Gurgaon, and there's a lot of large developers there. Faridabad today, if you ask me strategically, it's closest to Delhi. It's in between Noida and Gurgaon. And now with the Delhi-Mumbai Expressway, which you have to cross Faridabad. Secondly, even to Jewar Airport, that's closer to, Faridabad is closer to Jewar than Noida is to Jewar. So this city is going to come up tremendously. Thirdly, in terms of affordability, if you are a educated employee getting a salary of 25-30 lakh rupees, I don't think you can afford to buy a house in Gurgaon. Even Noida slowly is becoming out of bounds. For those kind of people, Faridabad is going to be the right city. It's going to come up as a very good middle income class city because affordability is still there. A lot of land availability is there, so there is development potential. And very few large developers, I would say literally no national player has come to Faridabad till now. I'm hearing some stories of one or two wanting to enter, but right now very few are active there. So the potential in Faridabad is huge. Mathura Road is a very, very historic road. It is the parcel of land that we have got is just 3-4 kilometers from Delhi border. It's an exceptional piece of real estate, and I see that opportunity today. What's happened is because a lot of development, whatever happened in Faridabad, has happened in Nair Par. Mathura Road still is the main road, and it's got the cities on both sides. And if we can come up with world-class developments, that's the future, I think.
And by when your Faridabad project is expected to be completed?
We are in approval stage right now, and we hope to get the approvals in this year and launch the project in subsequent year. And then it will take about 3.5-4 years to build, because its built-up area will be more than 1.5 million. So leasable, sellable will be about 1 million square feet. It's a mixed use of retail, service apartments, and residential. So total development will be over 1 million square feet again. So it's quite a large project, yeah.
And who will manage the service departments?
We are getting a brand. So in Udaipur, we've got Lemon Tree to manage our service apartments. Here we are talking to 2 international chains. We haven't signed an agreement yet, but once we do, we will announce it.
And what next?
We've signed up a small project in Gurgaon as well, bang on MG Road, very, very prime piece of property. We've started doing metro stations. We did one metro station from NHPC. We are looking at expanding that space as well. And we are looking at 2-3 residential projects within NCR, but I don't want to disclose the location yet because they're not signed, Yeah.
And by when do we expect an announcement?
So Gurgaon, we are kind of close the deal. The other 2-3 announcements should also happen within this year.
This calendar year?
Yeah.
This calendar year. So
by March, sorry, by this financial year.
This financial year.
Financial year. Yeah.
This financial. So for residential, because you by now you have achieved enough experience and expertise on retail.
Yeah.
How about residential? How do you, because there are very big players which have now come into Delhi NCR. Godrej is here, Tata is here.
I think that's very healthy. If you ask me, good players coming in to the market is a very, very healthy sign. It is showing that the market is matured. When good players come, good lenders come, good financiers, good funds, good channel partners come to the market, because the market is then matured. And so it's a good sign. I think that's a very, very good sign that good developers are coming and national players are coming to NCR. But NCR is a very, very large market. The kind of urbanization happening is very, very immense. So it's not like Godrej can complete all of it or Adani can complete all of it. There is enough space for everybody to grow. If you do good development work, we are not here for the short run. I am not competing with anyone for 2 years, 3 years. I am here to build a brand, which if it takes me 5 years, 10 years, I don't have a timeline in my mind. We are here to build a brand over a period of time. Keep delivering, keep doing your job, and automatically you will, we will succeed. That's my mantra.
You will venture to other locations also, apart from NCR?
Currently, we are looking at NCR as our main development plan. Opportunistically, if shopping malls come up in other parts, or if we get some good plotting opportunities, we can look at it. But our clear focus is NCR right now, because there's enough opportunity, frankly, within NCR.
And many of the NCR developers are venturing out to Goa. You have any such thing in mind?
We don't have a plan right now. Frankly, I feel Goa is slightly overheated. That's my personal view. I mean, because the rental yields have definitely dropped. I have a lot of friends who do development in Goa, and I hear that the rental yields have dropped from COVID times to now.
It has?
Yeah, because there's so much more supply in the market.
And what is your vision about the industry?
I think it's a large opportunity for developers. I think India is on a great growth trajectory. I see India becoming a superpower and one of the top economies of the world, top 3 economies of the world. So urbanization is bound to happen. if developers just focus on delivering and delivering on time and meeting their promises, there's enough room for everybody to grow. So I think it's highly unregulated. Although RERA has done a great job, I think government regulations, RERA, etc. The couple of pieces missing, I think, in this is government has to look at how to open up financing. Now, I think, of course, SM REITs and REITs are good ways of opening up capital avenues for developers. But we have to look at more avenues on how to support developers on financing. If good financing is available, easy financing like it is available globally, then the sector will grow even better. And it will become more regulated, in fact, because people will be able to source good quality capital, long-term patient capital for development. Right now, they do different practices because of shortage of capital. That's why I think a lot of practices are. Yeah.
So you have any ideas for opening up the financing?
So we have that asset in Udaipur. We are exploring an option of SM REIT, but it's at very exploratory stage because SM REIT has just been launched. I think the first SM REIT is coming up in the next month or so. So we are at a very exploratory stage. If we find it good enough, then maybe we can explore it. Whether we will do our own REIT or we will work with somebody else, I don't know yet.
So you are a family. You are from a family of businessmen.
Yeah.
Business family. So you must have inherited some business, and inheritance is. What are the advantages and disadvantages of inheriting a business?
I think what I inherited is values and how to run a business. So I was part of the family business for first 10 years. And then I moved out, and the only thing I frankly got in terms of asset was the Udaipur land asset which I got. No capital was really given to me. And but what I learned in those 10 years is my takeaway, on how to run a business, how to be respectable to shareholders, your customers, etc. And I have carried that forward in all my businesses.
So you have any special financing acumen? Because how did you manage then without capital the first mall of yours?
Yeah, I think I had actually worked with a real estate fund interned with them for 6 months. And that gave me a lot of insight on real estate financing. And that was long back, it must be about 22, 24 years back. So that also was the reason why I got interest in real estate space. So yes, I think I have a better understanding of real estate financing than some of my peers. But yeah, I mean, we were able to do some smart structuring. And we did it over phases in a manner that we showed success. So suppose the development was 1 million square feet. We broke it up into 2 or 3 parts of 2-3 lakh square feet. While the development was completed in the same amount of time, we would probably, work on 3 lakh square feet, get success, move on to 3, so it was done in a very strategic manner, I would say.
That's a smart move.
Yeah.
Usually, this business has lots of stress, lots of problems. You also must be facing, especially after you entered NCR.
Yeah.
How do you keep yourself calm and composed? You are very calm and composed.
I think that is one of my strengths, that I am fairly calm in tough situations. And I also have been working for 24 years now in different ways. So that experience also gives you calmness. I was not so calm probably 15 years back. But yeah, I think over a period of time, this is just experience, I guess. Yeah.
And you are into spirituality or something like that?
Yes. Our family is deeply into spirituality and a very religious family. We are connected to Gita Press in Gorakhpur, and my father, in fact, has spent a lot of his young period of his life constructing the Mathura temple. So we are very, very religious family.
So that probably is also helping you to remain calm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very religious personally also. I spend every day some time doing my pujas and visit temples every year.
And apart from puja, what else when you are not working?
I used to play cricket actually for Delhi under 16, under 19. So I'm a very avid cricket fan. So I like to watch cricket. It kind of helps me relax. So whether it's watching on TV, whether it's going to grounds and watch. I love to watch tennis also. So I try to watch Wimbledon every year. So these are some things. Watching sports, I think, really kind of makes me relaxed. And spending time with the family. I think these are the 2-3 things that I do. I'm also very, very active in certain organizations, like an entrepreneurs organization, which is a global organization. I've been a member for over 10 years. I've been on a chapter board and then on a South Asia board. So very active in that organization. It's got about 25,000 members across the globe and about 2,500 members in India. With pretty much all top families of India are members there. and it's a peer-to-peer learning organization. So I'm very actively involved in that. I spend a lot of time, at least 2-3 days in a month, I go in managing that organization, working with that organization.
So you represented Delhi in under 16, Delhi under 16. You
In
played
cricket,
for Delhi.
yeah.
And what batsman, bowler?
I was a
what were you?
batsman, yes.
You were a batsman. And so now you don't play anymore?
No, I don't play anymore. But I think like also one more thing, I think sports also taught me a lot of things. Like even about this calmness that even if you win, you move on. If you lose, you move on. You know, you don't hold that and keep it. So those things also I think sports taught me that it's eventually just it's just another game. So even business is just, even you might have a good day or a bad day, the next day will come and you can still change it. Yeah.
And now after 10 years, how do you like to see yourself and the Bhumika Enterprises, the entire group?
We want to be a conglomerate. That's our vision actually. We've got our logistics company is now listed, got listed in January this year. We've just hired a new CEO to run that business. I hope that business has its own journey and can achieve what we want it to achieve. Large opportunity in that space as well. Similarly, in the real estate space, in the next 3 to 4 years' time, we would like to come out with a public issue for this company, for the real estate vertical. And we would like to run 2 large listed entities. Eventually, in the next 5 years, we would like to have 2 large listed entities. And keep incubating new small businesses, that's fine. Like logistics was one of them. I think the real estate is going to become the main piece of our group. And these other businesses will keep coming up, which we can incubate, bring it to a certain size, and then let it run its own course and become kind of strategic investors there, rather than being involved in day-to-day operations.
Anything, any other business that you have in plan which you would like to start in the
No, as of now, we are focused on 3 sectors. We are, of course, in real estate, automatically in hospitality, because hotels are also part of real estate. We do hotels. We are in logistics, and we are into e-commerce aggregation. We are one of the largest sellers of electronic goods and leisure products on e-commerce platform. We do about a large business in one of those platforms.
Since when this business is running?
2022, 3 years.
Okay. So you must be having some other plans as and when, if there is an opportunity, you will.
Yeah, but I think for the next 2 to 3 years, because the opportunity to scale up the real estate space is so much, I don't think I will have personal bandwidth to start a new business. I see myself focusing on real estate development for the next 2-3 years till we have a certain size where I can take off some time. You know, the next 2-3 years I see a lot of opportunity, and I don't want to miss those opportunities in this space. You know, because setting up a new business, of course, requires a totally different amount of time. So while logistics will now go on its own, those are set businesses. Logistics and e-commerce are already set. So they don't require too much of my time now. Real estate is a very promoter-driven business. Does require my time, at least for the next 2-3 years. Subsequently, after 3 years, definitely we can look at venturing. I'm very young. I'm only 43, so at least I have 20-25 years of business left in me.
More than that.
Yeah.
You see there is a need of trained real estate professional courses, university level courses, specifically on real estate. Is it required?
I think it is. I think it's a great idea, and very few are offering it. In fact, now that you ask me, I am actually trying to, my son is 17, and I'm sending him to a college in US or UK, and we are looking for colleges which have specialized courses in real estate, because I know that eventually he will probably join the business at some point. So yeah, there is a lack of that, and if colleges and institutes can start training people, it will be great.
And what advice would you give to the youngsters who is getting out of the college and wants to enter the real estate segment?
I think it's not about real estate. I think for any youngster, the 2-3 things, principles I live by. There is no shortcut in life. Number 2, you have to have perseverance. If you have something, first of all, think big and keep persevering. Don't lose your patience. Just keep persevering. You will reach your goal, and don't set a end date to your target. You have to. My view is, I have to reach from A to B. Even if it takes 2 years, 5 years, or 10 years, I will reach from A to B. That is the way I look at things, and I hope people look at it. People lose patience because they set themselves a very tight target, and once they don't achieve it, they get disillusioned and they leave. So that's the way. That's not what I do.
And for the budding entrepreneurs, would you suggest them to get into real estate business?
I think there's a lot of opportunity. I think today in India, every business has opportunity. If any business that you can do well, there is enough money to be made. There's enough opportunity in India today. I mean, real estate is one of them, but I think any opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,